Ladies and gentlemen, I have some information today to do with a major franchise that we all want to play. We want to play something new from this franchise, but it's not just one franchise, it's two. It's franchises? Two franchise? What's the correct terminology here? Who cares? Let's just get right into these leaks. Yeah, in the modern era, we are eating pretty good when it comes to gaming. Like, every major franchise you can think of is kind of making an appearance, and as a gamer, it doesn't get better than that. So today we have two leaks to go over. As always, take them with a grain of salt, but they are fun to cover. Before we get started, if you could, hit a like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. At 8,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away a Switch game. And in the past 24 hours, I've already gave away 3 Switch games. I gave away 2 on stream last night, and then I gave another one away on Instagram. So yeah, at 8,000 subscribers, you might get a Switch game. But let's just go ahead and get right into this video. So, Persona 3 Reload is a massive success. Funny enough, I was calling it Persona 3 Reloaded for like weeks and nobody ever corrected me. And then one day I looked at the box art and I'm like, Reload? I've been saying this wrong the whole time. But nobody cares because the game is so good, they don't care what you call it as long as you play it. I wonder if this game is ever going to come over to the Switch. That's, I guess, a different conversation for a different day, but it's a massive success, so now what comes next? Well, fans are wondering, what about Persona 6? You know, we've played Persona 5, then Persona 5 Royal, now they're remaking the third one. They brought 3 and 4 over to the Switch. They're doing a lot of the old stuff, but where's Persona 6? As you can see right here, Persona 6 development is 95% done. Will feature story DLC, but nothing would be cut from base game. What the hell does that mean? Wow, is it really the 25th anniversary of Persona? That is crazy. Another thing, what is this? I use Photoshop. This is what they're trying to advertise that Photoshop can do? Oh my god, that is cursed. The development of Persona 6 is almost complete, and the game will release sometime next year with DLC further expanding the experience after launch. DLC is cool, right? It adds on to the game, especially if you love the game so much. Like, I played Breath of the Wild 3 or 4 times before I ever bought the DLC. So it is a good thing, but I don't like that now that's like what games are making normal. It's like, yeah, this game is going to come out and there's going to be all this DLC in the future. It's like, well, if that DLC was already planned, why couldn't we just put that into the game? I know it's probably the unpopular opinion on all this because people just enjoy the DLC, but I don't know. I just miss when the game was the game. Speaking on the Reset Era forums, head on the blog previously known as I'm a Hero 2, who proved to be extremely reliable in the past regarding Persona series rumors, recently talked about the yet-to-be-revealed 6th entry in the series, saying that it is 95% complete and that it will release in 2025 followed by DLC. The bigger DLC will be a story expansion, but won't include content cut from the fully featured semi-open world base game. I guess that's good information. This isn't the first time the known leaker described Persona 6 as semi-open world game. This new approach to world design will bring some welcome improvements over the formula made popular by Persona 3, as social links will be more fluid, feature better interactivity, and less time constraints. I was wondering, how are all these Persona games coming out so fast? Like, Persona 3 Reload was a massive project, and it turns out Atlus has like multiple departments that are working on multiple things at once. So there's 3 or 4 departments, and one is working on Shin Megami Tensei, one is working on Persona, one is working on something else, and then they rotate, so something is always being worked on by a team, I guess. I don't know how it works, but apparently they are doing a very great job of it. Alongside Persona 6, Atlus is rumored to be working on a remaster of Persona 2, which will include both Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment, as well as a Persona 4 remake. I don't know what's going on here. I wonder if all these would come out before Persona 6. Relatively speaking, Persona 4 is not that old, and it still holds up. A remaster, sure, but a remake, it just doesn't make sense. Persona 2, that could definitely do with a remake or remaster, but Persona 6, apparently it's 95% done. It's a pretty crazy series, and the next leak couldn't be further from Persona, I guess. One of the most popular Nintendo franchises of all time, and the Switch just took it to the next level, all the way to space. Partly due to the pandemic, I stick by that. This game would be popular, but not as popular if it was not for the pandemic. I said it once, I'll say it again. Nintendo caused coronavirus. No, that's not true. This is a leak coming from Nash Weedle, and everything is in Spanish. So we will translate the post. Whoa, we live in the future. Leak Express. The next Animal Crossing is in development and will be an ultimate version. Game concepts. Move around controlling vehicles. Large city with skyscrapers. That would be so amazing. Adventure missions, puzzles, and minigames. This is much needed. More collaborative multiplayer. Date 2026 along with a series. An Animal Crossing series. Holy crap. Now we have something there. We see Nintendo's doing all these movies. I said series would work just as well. Luigi's Mansion, Donkey Kong, Animal Crossing, these would make great series. Some of these concepts are discarded from the last game. New monetary system within the game, so maybe no more bells. A large shopping center where you can have your own store and sell your designs to other users. Furniture store, clothing store, vehicle workshop, etc. Separate city complete online to interact with connected users. Minigames, vehicle races, cake throwing, celebrate birthdays, mouse hunt. This is the basis that was stated in a creative brainstorming prior to start of the development. That's actually quite a bunch of information. Now, I played Animal Crossing when it first came out because I had nothing else to do, and I played it every single day, probably for 2 or 3 weeks, and I quickly got bored of it. And the problem was, what was I supposed to do just besides build my little area and I guess go hang out with friends? But there's nothing really to do. So adventures, minigames, something to really work towards, that could work. Buildings and skyscrapers, like what are they going to have? The Burj Khalifa in Animal Crossing? That would be crazy. There's just so much that they could do with it. Like the cute little island was nice, right? I think it was the perfect getaway during COVID. But there's just so many ways that they could take this, and having massive cities, that's amazing. Having vehicles that you could drive around, that would be amazing. And I guess if the city was so massive that you would need a vehicle, then all this makes sense. Multiplayer online, I think that's going to be the big focus, because Animal Crossing, while it can be a singular activity, it is most fun when you can enjoy it with another person. You build something, you let people visit your island, you visit their island, and it really is such a great franchise. Like, I remember playing Animal Crossing on the GameCube, thinking it could never get better than this. And to see how far it's came, it's quite impressive. But another major thing in this league is the series. If they're working on an Animal Crossing series, imagine all the other series Nintendo are working on. I think having the whole aspect of movies and series will help revive some older Nintendo franchises. Like, I think we could see some Star Fox pop up. Star Fox would make an amazing series. Kid Icarus, that would be a fun series. Maybe they'll do a Kid Icarus series and a game. Metroid as a series or a movie, that would be amazing. The great thing about Nintendo having all these amazing franchises that they've built up, all these beautiful, amazing stories, is they have so much to go back and work with that a series or a movie is kind of easy to have the plot, because there's just so much lore that they've already created. So Animal Crossing as a series, I don't know what you would really do in a series, because there's not really a lot going on in the games besides building. So I don't know what the actual story would be, but I think that's awesome. We covered in a leak yesterday about Luigi's Mansion having a movie and then a game come out at the same time. That might be the new game plan for Nintendo. Have a game and a series, or a game and a movie come out at the same time. So, dude, I'm beyond excited. Ladies and gentlemen, Persona 6, Animal Crossing, do you care about either one of these games? What do you think about these leaks? Down below, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you could. I talk to you guys over there all the time. Somebody literally DM'd me on Instagram yesterday and said, can I have one of those game codes you have? And guess what? I just gave it to them. So like and subscribe if you could. At 8,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away a Switch game. And I just want to say thank you for all the support, but you guys know me. I'll see you soon with a new video. Peace out.